Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about 5 reasons luxury isn't what it used to be.
What's up guys, welcome back to gentslounge. I'm George, this is Blake. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, hit that right now. We are here every week talking about men's fashion, lifestyle, and everything in between. And today we're going to talk about something we've been noticing a lot in pretty much every aspect of the consumer market. And that is luxury isn't as luxurious as it used to seem even 10 years ago.
It's not just in fashion. We see it in tech, in automotive, in motorcycles. We see it all around. So it's like a universal thing. And we feel like it's a topic that needs to be spoken about.
Drop us a comment down below. Let's jump in on this conversation. Let me know what you guys think down below. And the first reason on the list is that the gap between okay and great is closing. So honestly, if you look at cars nowadays, I saw literally the new Kia SUV, the Telluride, and it looks exactly like a Range Rover.
Yes.
Has heated and cooled rear seats, 7 rows. Granted, it might not handle whatever, but it's gonna get you from point A to point B, and it looks phenomenal, and it's only $36,000.
I mean, even so, that's a great point, but also even luxury brands are diminishing their own brand because, we'll say Mercedes.
Like a C300?
Yes, so before
CLA?
Exactly. So Mercedes pre-70s was all luxury. So all their cars were high-end. You had to attain a certain status to buy a car. Now you can see a C200, a C150. They have E series, S series. There's so many series that just makes it the brand doesn't have the same notoriety.
Right. When you buy a Mercedes that costs the same as a Honda Civic, is it really? I mean, it says Mercedes, so maybe you feel like it, but I think you probably get more with the Honda Civic than just because there's a Mercedes badge on it.
Exactly.
So, all right, moving on to number 2. Luxury has become so focused on making a profit and margins that they've kind of cut back on the quality. So all these huge fashion houses like Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, they're all making, it's okay. I'm just saying take a Louis Vuitton leather bag. It might cost you $2,500. I will guarantee you go to a leather guy and you ask for a custom bag and give him $2,500, you're going to get something at least 5 times better than what you get from Louis Vuitton.
And you're actually going to get something that lasts maybe a lifetime, So I look at this with the sneakers. Saint Laurent sneakers are all made in Spain, which is not bad, but they're charging, an arm and a leg and kind of selling it like if it's made in Italy.
Right.
The margin, they're not making enough money, so they just change factories. Right. Little things like the buckles. Certain brands are, instead of having the bag fully made in Italy, they're getting the buckle made in China, or they're getting the straps from.
So then it says assembled in Italy.
Yes.
So granted, yes, you're gonna pay for the name because you want the status of what Louis Vuitton, Prada, Gucci brings to the table, but I don't think that the quality of the good is backing up the name as much as it used to. All right, guys, number 3 on the list. This one's kind of on us. People have been wanting just quick throwaway. No one wants to take the time to, resole a shoe, keep your shoes in good shape, polish them. You buy a kitchen knife and once it goes dull, you throw it away. You don't invest.
Yes.
So it's on us, guys. We need to kind of take a step back and realize that buying quality over quantity is going to save you money in the long run.
Yeah, so one clear example of this is myself. So before I had a ton of jewelry, but it was all costume jewelry. It was all fake chains. And the only reason why I was doing it was because my real chains were going dull and they weren't looking as shiny. So I was like, why do I want to spend arm and leg for high-end luxury when it's gonna just go dull? And I started buying all this, fake stuff for costume.
Your shit.
Yeah. Now I buy at least quality pieces and I polish it to make sure that it looks good, and it's almost like an investment.
Yes, if you buy gold has value.
All right, guys, and the next point is that there's no innovation at the top. So brands like Prada and Burberry, for so long, were producing the same shit, dude. It was I felt like it was just on repeat. The same bag, the same shoe, the same jacket. I felt like there was no variation, just no quite innovation,
Right. Even look at Apple in the tech space. They have their luxury name. They know it's a good product, and now they just make little teeny updates every year, and they make you spend $1,200 on a phone. And we do because we need the new phone, and somehow they make them slower somehow. But technology's catching up, and lower brands are catching up, and niche brands are catching up. So I think, luxury really needs to kind of step up their game and realize that they can't live off their name forever. All right, guys, and last but not least, luxury brands have turned to outlet stores to sell their overstock, which is, hey, great for us because you get a good deal on some stuff. But as a luxury label, if you bought something in the store for full price and then you see it 6 months later in the outlet for 75% off, you kind of feel like you got fucked.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Why would you spend the full price on something that you know is gonna go on sale or go to an outlet?
Yeah, okay, so before some brands like Burberry and Louis Vuitton, they would just burn the overstock. Like what they didn't sell, they burned and destroyed, and they could get a tax write-off, and it worked out for them really well.
Yeah.
Which I don't agree with either, but I think there's probably a better way than, taking someone who pays full price and then making them go to an outlet store and see what they could have gotten, and it's kind of like a kick in the nuts.
No, big time, dude.
Hey, when you find something at an outlet store that's awesome, it feels phenomenal. But I think it doesn't make me want to go shop at the actual store anymore. I'll just go to the outlet and see what I can find because it still has somewhat of the name behind it.
Well, so yeah, like Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren, over the past years, they closed a lot of their stores. And I think it was because you could find Ralph Lauren at Ross and Marshall's. They have the Ralph Lauren outlet. They have the Polo outlet. So like, why would you spend full price on that when you could go to an outlet to get this same shirt?
Right. And I get you want current seasons and you want to be up to date. You want to be fresh and everything. But unless you're like the most futuristic fashion person of all time, no one's going to notice what was from last season and what's from this season. So, take sales when you can get them, but from a luxury perspective, I think it's just kind of like a little kick in the nuts to people that respect the brand and like what they're about.
And we're not saying all luxury brands have like diminished, but we're seeing like for the most part, a good amount of them are going down. Luckily, there's still brands like Goyard and like Bentley.
Yes, they have not kind of diluted their brand. Like Goyard's not making t-shirts.
No.
Like they're making leather goods, and they've always made leather goods, and that's what they do. Like Rolls-Royce isn't making an SUV crossover. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So, there are still brands that have that heritage and integrity, and we're just kind of talking about how luxury overall isn't kind of what, like you can get nice stuff that's close.
Yeah.
There used to be a giant gap. Like a Honda Civic in 1980 versus a BMW 3 Series in 1980 is a huge gap.
Major.
Like even like issues breaking down and how much horsepower, it was a huge gap. But now it's getting closer and closer, and it's getting harder and harder to justify the luxury label that doesn't come with that much extra quality.
Totally agree.
So, all right, guys, I hope this was interesting for you. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think. We try to answer every comment, every DM, every message you guys send. We want to hear what you guys have to say. So leave us a comment down below. If you have not hit that subscribe button yet, hit that right now. Follow us on Instagram at gentslounge, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers.
You know what? I think Rolls-Royce is making
They're making an SUV.
Oh, but yeah, you're right.
But it's not like a little hybrid crossover.
And Bentley said that they would never do that.